They smell it before they see anything else. Curdled milk, wet wool, something underneath it, sweeter and worse. 12 men stand pressed against a stone wall. In a cave they cannot leave. Across the entrance sits a boulder the size of a small hill. No 10 men could move it. In the dark behind them, something breathes. Something enormous. Their leader has just come from 10 years of war at Troy. His name is Odysseus. He has faced armies. He has never faced this. 2 of his men are already gone, eaten, whole, in front of the others. There is no door, no weapon, no army waiting outside. Only a cave, a rock no man can lift, and a creature that is hungry again. They had not meant to stay this long. The war was over. Troy had fallen, and the ships were finally turning home, cutting west across the Aegean toward Ithaca. A storm had pushed them off course, onto an island thick with wild grape and unshorn sheep. No farms, no smoke on the horizon, just a cave near the shore, its floor scattered with baskets of curdled cheese, its pens crowded with lambs. Odysseus took 12 of his best men inland to see who lived there. It was custom in that world that a stranger arriving at another man's home was owed food, wine, and safe passage, and in return was expected to offer respect, sometimes gifts of his own. Odysseus expected a shepherd. He hoped for hospitality and a bit of profit from it. He brought a skin of unusually strong wine, thick enough to cut with water, as a gift worth giving. They ate a little cheese while they waited. Then the ground shook. A shepherd of a very different size ducked through the cave mouth, driving his flock before him, and behind him he rolled a boulder into place that sealed the entrance like a tomb. His name was Polyphemus. One eye, wide and pale, sat in the center of his forehead. He was a Cyclops, son of the sea god Poseidon himself, and he did not know the rules of hospitality, or did not care for them. He noticed the strangers standing in his home. He asked who they were. Odysseus answered carefully. Soldiers sailing home from war, asking only for the guest gifts any host was owed. Polyphemus answered by reaching down, taking 2 of the men in his fists and eating them where he stood. By morning, 2 more men were gone. Polyphemus ate them the way he had eaten the others, then rolled the boulder aside just long enough to lead his flock out to graze, and sealed it again behind him, trapping the rest inside with the bones. Odysseus had a sword. For one entire night he considered driving it into the giant's chest as he slept. Then he remembered the boulder. Only Polyphemus was strong enough to move it. Kill him, and the remaining 8 men would starve to death, sealed inside a cave with no door. Revenge would finish them. Only a trick could save them. So Odysseus watched. He noted the giant's habits, his temper, the wine he clearly had never tasted anything like before. And slowly, from almost nothing, a sharpened staff, a skin of strong wine, and one very dangerous idea, a plan began to take shape. That evening, when Polyphemus returned and ate 2 more of the men, Odysseus offered him the wine. The giant had never known wine this strong. He drank 1 bowl, then demanded another, then a third, growing looser and warmer with each one. Pleased, almost friendly now, he asked the stranger his name, promising a gift in return for the drink. "My name," Odysseus told him, "is Nobody." Polyphemus laughed at that. He said nobody would be the last of the group he'd eat as a reward. Then the wine took him, and he collapsed into sleep. The men had already hidden a stake of green olive wood, sharpened to a point and hardened in the fire's coals until it glowed. Now they drove it into the giant's single eye and turned it, the way a shipwright turns a drill through a beam. Polyphemus screamed loud enough to shake the hillside. Other Cyclops came running from their own caves outside, calling through the rock to ask what was wrong. "Nobody is hurting me," Polyphemus howled back. "Nobody is killing me." Hearing that no one was attacking him, his neighbors shrugged and went back to their own homes. By morning, blind and desperate, Polyphemus rolled the boulder aside, just enough to feel the back of each animal as it passed, checking for men trying to slip out. He never thought to check their bellies. The men had already lashed themselves in threes beneath the rams, hidden against the wool where no hand would reach. Odysseus took the largest ram for himself, the leader of the flock, and rode out beneath it last, alone. One by one they slipped past a blind god's son and reached the ship waiting on the shore. They rowed hard, and for a moment it seemed the sea itself had let them go. Then Odysseus, safely out on the water, could not resist one final word. He shouted back his real name across the waves, told the blinded giant exactly who had done this to him and
Odysseus,
why.
King of Ithaca!
Polyphemus tore a boulder from the cliffside and hurled it toward the sound of his voice, nearly capsizing the ship in the wave it threw up. Then, kneeling at the shoreline, blind and bleeding, he called out to his father across the water, Poseidon, god of the sea itself, and asked for one thing, not healing, vengeance. Odysseus would spend the next 10 years finding his way home. Every storm that found his ship on open water, every current that pushed him the wrong direction, every year added to a journey that should have taken weeks. All of it traced back to the moment a blind giant lifted his hands to his father and asked for suffering to follow the man who told him his name. Was the truth worth 10 years of that punishment? Odysseus never said. He only kept sailing. If a story like this one is worth telling honestly, it's worth returning to. Subscribe and let the next one find you the same way this one did.